I'm jumping right into the first one.
Go for it.
This is can't even believe Mr. Alex Craig wrote this article for the YPN section of the Realtor
you couldn't
Mag.
believe it so much that you actually went into his Zillow account to see how many deals he has done.
No.
And how many reviews.
Listen, Zillow is screwed up right now, so everybody knows that that's not a good indicator.
No, it's not. It's a horrible indicator.
And I'm certain that Alex Craig, 2 first names, by the way.
Yeah, and who is he with? Century 21?
Century 21 agent. I'm certain that you are a fine gentleman. This particular article that you wrote.
He's wearing suspenders. I feel like he has to be a fine gentleman.
Yes, he is a fine gentleman. This is not anything to do with Alex, but the content he wrote.
Of his article, yes.
All right. His article is Stop Building Your Own Real Estate Brand. You're wasting time and money.
Your time.
Your time.
And money.
Your money. Oh, boy. Okay, so what if everything you have been led to believe about building a real estate brand is wrong? At least wrong for you. Okay. All right. Less brand awareness. Your own real estate brand will never be able to achieve the brand awareness of your real estate broker, especially if they are part of national franchises like Keller Williams, Century 21, which is Alex's brand, or Coldwell Banker. This is so wrong for so many reasons. You're getting business as a real estate agent from your local community.
Right, I was going to say.
From the town that you live in or the surrounding towns or the county. If you want to sit desk duty and wait for Century 21 phone to ring,
not happening,
and get those 7 leads, not closings, a year, go ahead and do that, because that's basically what Alex is saying.
Pretty much.
That's terrible advice.
Well, he's also saying that it will cost you money, but really, I mean, use your cell. Luckily, we have cell phones. Like when I started in this business, I had a BlackBerry. Like there was no video. Like all you really got was your emails. I mean, this whole industry has gotten so far in the last 10 years. Like it would be silly for you not to be recording. Well, come on, snap some selfies. Like, put a house behind you.
Right.
I mean, that doesn't cost you a penny to do.
Since when did pressing the live button on Facebook cost you money?
Yeah.
Since when did using Reels on Instagram right now, which we're not doing any of?
No, we're really not.
Since when did pressing the play button for Reels and editing a little video on IG and putting up a reel cost you any money? Since when did writing an article on LinkedIn cost you any money? This isn't costing you money, and it's definitely not wasting your time. All of my good deals, not all, but a lot of my good deals. We've got a Zillow Flex contract. We've got different things coming in. But my business was built off of producing content on social media platforms. Well, that was my separator.
But it was also very much about, but that was building a brand. So much like you, I mean, I get calls because people know what I look like. They know my children. They know my family. They know my team. And before they even call, like, they feel as though they trust already.
I mean, so the independent agent gets their brand in front of people when they do anything, free or paid. For most agents, this is limited to Facebook and some direct mail. Wrong. Then he goes national brand. When you focus on the broker's brand, you get more exposure. Every time another agent in your office does marketing, they build the brand of the broker or themselves. They're building their brand. Listen, nobody is calling Century 21 or CB or KW and saying, I want to work with Keller. Unless they're like 90. You might get a 90-year-old to call and say, like, can I work with Mr. Keller Williams, please?
Is that,
no. Yeah, I think so.
They probably don't even realize that's a real person.
But nobody's calling and saying, can I work with the brand? People are engaging with an agent. And listen, now I get it. I think we're probably going to get into at some point here the fact, a little bit lower down the article, which we'll link up so you can format your own opinion. We'd love for you to chime into the comments your opinion on this article. But you need clients today. You absolutely need clients today. 3 out of 4 people are using Zillow. You need to figure out a way to tap into Zillow. You need to reach out to the team in your marketplace that has a Zillow Flex contract and work with them if you like their flow, if you like their vibe, if you like their culture, right? You need to figure out how to get yourself some Google leads, some online leads. You need leads in this business. Absolutely. But while you're working those online leads where over 75% of buyers are living, you should be retargeting to them with your brand.
Right.
You should be adding them on Facebook so that, to your point, Nicole, they see that you're a real person. They see you posting about your family. They see that you grew up here
Right.
in Guilford, Connecticut,
Right.
that you own this area,
Yeah.
that you've done everything, you've eaten at all the shops, you've met all the people, you've graduated from high school. You are Guilford, Connecticut. You're a
Right.
Guilford girl.
I am. That I
Weren't
can't
we
deny.
talking about that the other day? Guilford girls?
We may have,
Yeah.
but I think what's also important here, though, is I don't think that anybody that's building their own personal brand is saying that they're going to outwork a Coldwell Banker's brand, or they're trying to out-brand Century 21.
No.
Because I do think it's
That would be a waste of money if you're trying to do that.
absolutely. I mean, if you're hiring production and thinking that like you're gonna, yes, but I don't think anyone's really saying that. But I do agree with him in the sense that like, yes, to leverage your personal brand, you do need the larger brand. Absolutely. Especially as a new agent and you have nothing. You know,
And-
use the Coldwell Banker listings and their open houses to again help you build a brand.
Right. To amplify your
Right.
brand. You compete against yourself. Okay, I could buy into that. I can
Okay.
buy into that, meaning like don't focus on your competition in your town. Like you do compete against yourself, but you should do that in a way of building, again, your brand. Something we've talked about forever. By introducing your own brand to the mix, we are just adding to the confusion and making the decision-making process more complex. First of all, Century 21 and Keller Williams and Colbain, I'm just like any big box brokerage, they've done a poor job trying to compete against Zillow at their game instead of building their own brands. I don't believe just because they've been around for a long time that they have brands that resonate with the consumer. The consumer resonates right now with Zillow, okay? They're going to resonate with Zillow, and then what are they going to resonate with after that, especially if they live in a certain town? Somebody who's producing content about that town, who's maybe interviewing the local restaurant people, helping like Nicole did with the gift card project here locally to help people that are in need. That's what people are going to resonate with, the local stuff that's happening in their town. And then he goes on to say it's more ethical. If you're a realtor, which most real estate agents are, then you agreed to do business in a certain code of ethics. Yeah, you did. You
Well,
agreed
just
to
as a
do.
realtor, that doesn't mean
You agreed to the code of ethics.
right.
That doesn't mean you agreed to hiding in a closet and no one knowing your name, your brand, and who you are and how you can serve your community and live up to that code of ethics. We're really missing the boat here on this article. It's really off.
I'm actually a little surprised that Realtor Magazine even printed it.
Yeah.
But
You need clients today, and this is where I'm going to agree. You do. You need clients today. And you're going to need clients next year and 3 years from now. But guess what? If you've built a great brand in a decade from now, you're going to have built what's called I always say an annuity, a past client list that is associated with you on all of the social media platforms. That's reminded every single day of your brand.
well, the last
And
thing you want is someone to call and be like, "Hey, are you still
Right.
in real estate?"
But-
like, shit, man. Then I'm not doing my job.
But you're reminding them every single day because
Right.
you're doing a great job branding yourself. And when they have a referral to pass off, you are so top of mind. You are the clear and obvious choice because you've built a great brand. Now, if you're just starting off, you're not going to build a brand in a day. You're not going to build a brand in a week. You shouldn't be spending money. You should be pressing the live button on Facebook, or as Tom Ferry says, the live button on Facebook, and going live probably every single day as you build that brand. And you should be investing in online leads. Those are the two things you should be doing. Investing in online leads, being around a team and an atmosphere that can coach you up on how to convert those better and add more value and live up to your code of ethics and serve the community, and building your brand next to that. And then he wraps this thing up. He does mention that he is part of Century 21 Looking Glass, which is in Lansing, Michigan. But I don't know,
But he's not branding
Alex,
himself.
Craig.
Well, he just
He-
did in this article, and
he-
he's got a picture and his name on there.
Yeah, whether this is whether this is the way you would brand yourself or not,
You have.
you have definitely branded yourself as someone that I definitely would like to know more, Alex. So reach out to me if you
For
will.
sure.
If you see this
That'll be
video,
a fun little discussion.
chime into the comments. If you want to come on the show and kind of debate this, always happy to do that as well, Alex. But you've branded yourself in a way that I would advise most agents right now not listening to your advice.